You got caught up.
Got caught up.
Mm.
Welcome to the show. What up, Doe? Spotlight Wednesday with Victorino. You know, I was telling when I was interviewing him offline or whatever, I was like, man, I love that name. That's the shit. I think like Italian royalty or some shit. I was like, I love this. This is the shit. So, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. I know it's a little different. It's not in person, but this is a virtual reality here. We're going to live in the virtual world. So welcome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just chilling, just relaxing, just plotting what my next moves is after my birthday hits. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, for everyone that's tuned in right now, my birthday's Saturday. Cash apps, like, no, I'm just kidding.
Drop that cash app.
You're on our show. You can plug. You got
drop that cash app for them blessings.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, I just be seeing that all the time. I ain't that type of person. Yeah, I'm just messing.
We were like, drop that shit.
Hey, look, there ain't too many times that anybody beats the plugging their cash app than Tori on here. So somebody
motherfuckers are feeling attacked. Ain't nothing wrong with blessing me, right?
No.
Nope.
I said, drop that cash app.
Right.
Cash app, drop that cash app. There you go.
Drop that Hey.
Ooh, we might need a little.
That's the hook right there.
We might have to do a little
right there
for us on that.
I'm in the video. Promise I'm in the video.
That's your next hit right there.
Drop the cash app.
Drop the cash app.
Oh, you know what's terrible? That actually sounds like that'll be a banger.
A banger.
Right.
Fire.
Yeah.
Big mainstream money song right there, bro.
I'll be dropping that link every day on my page.
Oh my God.
That shit will cause. Hey, think about it. Think about all the chaos that shit will cause. Oh my God. But it'll be dope. You know what I mean? It'll be dope though.
I'm gonna put that shit in my ringtone.
We shut down your cash app because we suspected
suspicious
activity.
Hey, listen, Victorino, we get blocked enough. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, I like you already because your name is like the male version of my name. There's Tori in there, and so you can't go wrong with that, right?
Hey,
you can't spell Victorino without the T-O-R.
Yeah, you can't spell Victorino without Tori.
Hey, that's another song.
Damn,
you might have to do a whole album.
I know, right?
Right. When you're done with the show, you'll have a whole album.
Let me stop being silly.
Victorino is actually born and raised in Southwest Detroit. He lives actually in your neck of your woods now, Tori. He's in Southwest or St. Clair Shores. Tori's actually in Glendale now, but he lives out in St. Clair Shores. Played a lot of hockey out there. So tell me a little bit about who Victorino is. I know born and raised Southwest Detroit. You said graduated from Cesar Chavez. It's funny. I picked up my daughter today earlier, and she's like, "We learned about Cesar Chavez." I said, "Who? The boxer or the social,
right,
or the immigrant social civil rights?"
Right.
She goes, "Isn't they the same person?" I said, "No, they're
no, baby."
It should have been like somewhat. They fought just as hard. They're so somewhat.
Right. Both iconic and legendary.
Yeah.
Yes. Great point.
So, like I said, he graduated from Cesar Chavez. Been in music, he said, pretty much almost all his life. He said he picked up a guitar about 16 and started doing the guitar thing. And he's dropped I guess he has his LP, but he's working on a couple things. Very good friends with Nando. And good friends with Domingo, guys that have been on the show.
Those are my boys.
I listened to the LP you sent to me earlier. I sent it to Alex, and I did actually send it to Tori. And he says his early, I guess his early influences was Linkin Park, and I love Linkin Park. I said,
dope.
Classic rock, and he was like Nirvana, and I'm like, well, that's still right. That's still kind of alternative groups that I was listening to in the 90s. But I am definitely a classic rock. I like the classic rocks, but I probably not as influenced because he's a lot younger, right? He's 25 years old. Yeah, shouts out to my.
But you obviously did your research.
Jose Martinez. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No,
I was gonna say
research.
Yeah. I would say it's all about like the stuff you grew up listening to the most, and like I said, Nirvana. I grew up watching the Nirvana Unplugged on the MTV. My mom used to record the live action, or not the live footage when you had to record it on the VHS before we had like digital recorders. And there was like a bunch of those tapes laying around the house, and I would always watch it. That's
pretty awesome because those are hard to find. And I don't know what I was listening to the other day. They were just talking about stuff like that, the nostalgia stuff and the pop culture back in the day and stuff. And there was I don't know, Drake or Tori remember Dave Holmes. He used to be the MTV guy. Well, he got a podcast and he's gonna talk about like, remember the Motown Philly Boys to Men when they came out? Okay, you remember that at the end when they were showing all the groups, they showed Another Bad Creation, and then they showed Belle Biv DeVoe,
ABC, BBD.
and then they showed a group of all white guys called Sudden Impact.
Yeah.
And you never heard from them ever again. Okay, and everybody always wondered like what happened to them. So he's gonna talk about that and just things like that, like the unplugged shows and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I was like, that's really cool. That's dope as hell.
That's funny that you mentioned the VHS. I like I told you off air, you're the same age as my son, and we were just talking about that. He does music as well, and I said, you guys, your age group is really lucky because your era, you guys were the last generation to be able to experience both with the VHS and the digital. You remember when your parents probably had a cell phone, but they weren't really taking pictures with it, right? Certain things that you got to experience both sides before everything took off in the digital world. And I think that's really cool because a lot of people, that are a little bit younger than you, they have no clue what the fuck a VHS is. They're like, a VC what? What's a VCR? What does that thing do, right? They don't even know how to use it. They don't know how to write cursive. They don't know how to do certain things where I think your age it's a good you guys it's a good thing that you guys got to experience both. So we were just talking about that. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I it's funny that you brought that up, Tori, because I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and because I have one of those.
Great point.
I have now. And I said, man, don't you remember going into Blockbuster and this and that? And I know we talked about it in the past on the show. But now I was talking to not my daughter. My daughter's only 11, Victorino, and I said, "Man, I told my girlfriend, I was like, man, I really miss going to Blockbuster, having a Blockbuster night. You probably remember Blockbuster, Victorino. You probably took you there when you were little.
Yeah,
but
that's how I got put up to all the cool anime.
Yeah.
So, but if you're like 15, you don't know what Blockbuster is.
The fuck Blockbuster is at 15 right now. Right. They sell them. What is a video store?
Is that like Netflix?
Right.
Basically.
Right.
On everything on a box now.
Everything on the box. So I'm gonna play this video since he says he doesn't have his guitar accessible, so he can play some music for us. So I'm gonna put this.
Damn.
Now you really had to send some money to that cash.
I was like, he about to serenade me today. I was excited.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Are you putting this song on? Oh.
Is this not good?
It's my heaviest song I've ever wrote.
I love
this screaming in here.
I love it.
This is where the Linkin Park influence comes in really
Love
strong.
it. I know Chester's ex-wife. Like, they're amazing people.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What you think I need? Think I need? If the goal is to be broken,
Totally Linkin Park vibes.
You shall light of hope is here, and down to the light. You paint the picture so it's clear. Now the world is yours to play. I live my life through your eyes to fit this world that you created.
You look cool as shit there, by the way. I'm just saying.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like, you look cool.
Leading to the wasteland.
Yeah, this is actually in an abandoned radio station in Detroit that I
Oh,
found.
wow. That's awesome.
It still got like the controls still there. It still had like the studio foam on the walls and stuff like
Oh,
that.
wow. That's so cool.
There's actual vinyls on the ground and cassette tapes too.
Oh, wow.
I'll break free. I'll break free. You shall light of hope is here, and now the world is yours to play. I live my life through your eyes to fit this world.
Whoever did the editing and all of that, dope, a badass guy, good ass guy.
Shout out Domingo Cortez.
That's dope.
Yeah, he shot this one.
I love
it.
Here's everyone's favorite part, the screamo part.
Oh, here he goes.
All this time, everything you ever said was a lie to get to me. But now it's time, I break free. I won't play the victim anymore until I say
Love it.
Thank you.
this world that you created. All this time I was victimized with this toxic to the wasteland.
That place is really cool.
I know, there's so many cool things.
Yeah. Really cool.
Pretty awesome.
Love it.
Thank you. I know you said Linkin Park vibe, but when I heard this, I was, I don't know if you are probably familiar with Disturbed, but I was a huge Disturbed fan, and this was the Down with the Sickness for me. Like I was.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, that's so sick. No pun intended.
Yeah. So I love that song. When I heard this, I was like, wow. I hear a lot of Disturbed because I think that if I'm not wrong, but I think the lead singer was Mexican. I thought he was. Maybe I'm off. But yeah. I just like I said, I thought that was an awesome song. You're doing big things. Tell me a little bit of backstory. I know you said that you picked up the guitar at 16. Tell me a little bit who Victorino is.
Victorino, a man of many styles. Like, no, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, it's true. That's true. That's why I called my project the Cross Spectrum, because it's not one. Each song is different. Like, that's the only song you're gonna hear from me that sounds like that as of right now. I do want to go back to that though. Everyone's like, man, I really want to hear some more rock stuff out of you. You got that voice. And I'm like, I mean, I would love to do it, and I intend to. It's just right now.
Yeah.
Bro, have you ever listened to Fozzy? Bro, you sound 10 times better, 100 times better than Jericho. Chris Jericho.
Oh man, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie.
For real.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I only know the one song because it has the dude
the
from
one that everybody sings when he comes out.
Fozzy was Zach's shit.
That's the one that everybody sings when he comes out on AEW.
I'm not
like everybody.
No, that's the new one. I didn't listen to that one yet, but no, there's a song called Sandpaper. In the music video, they're like in a log cabin or something like that. It's kind of basic. I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because not everybody can scream and do that. You know, like not everybody can do that, man. And
it's a talent. It really is.
Go ahead. I mean, I'll let you finish. I was thinking about that. Like, man, he's way better than like this guy, and he's been singing since the last 20 years or something like that. So
I like that you're versatile, though. I like that you can do both. I like that you can do rock, rap, screamo. You can sing. You can, you play an instrument. Those are great things. A lot of times people try to, especially with artists and athletes and both, they try to put you in this box and they say, well, you're this, so you can't do this. Fuck that. Do it all. Do it all. Just be strategic on how you release it and go back to it. I think that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I was thinking of so many different groups, but Disturbed came up to Godsmack, a lot of different groups.
Godsmack, yeah. I hear that.
It's essentially the vibe that I was trying to go for. So you're in the ballpark.
Right.
Yeah.
And I always like to say you get all those.
You knew the assignment.
You're trying to compare it to what it sounds like, but it's still your sound. It doesn't sound like their shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the number
I like
one
this
thing
song
right
that Drake, that you played for us last week that we listened to. That was a good one too. We're gonna play that too.
I think, what is that, Drive? Let me see what I played.
I don't know, but you gave us a sample of it. It was good. I was fucking rocking out.
Here's another song of his. It's called, this is his latest LP that he dropped, and this is called Made of Glass.
I know that I need to but my heart, they never really seem to age. I apologize if my words bleed on to you. Been locked inside my head, and I don't need it to. If the answer's in the air, I'll find it in the bed. If we are made of glass, we choose you. I can never say that I hate you, never degrade you, but every day I'm living, I feel like I gotta go face you. Your voice over time has built a home on my mind. I swear you're not even there, but I feel the tone and the vibe. No, I see through the surface level of rage, all the arbitrary arguing hidden beneath the shame. See you building all these walls, and really that's just a cage. I could draw up all your walls, and really I've done the same. So don't call me a saint, it's not a role I can play. I just wanna grow up, move away from this place. You might think that I change and twist the words that I say, and see these things you hate, sit and debate while we splitting our fate. Maybe it's better I stay silent. My personal vendetta against me is stay private. Whatever the weather, I stay by it. I try to keep my head.
So there is Made of Glass. You said, I know that you were saying you're versatile. So, I mean, picked up the guitar at 16. You said, I think you were saying, was it within the last year and a half that you felt comfortable, doing music like you are now?
Yeah, it wasn't until, I wouldn't even say that I was comfortable. It was more so like I was just, everything, it was so crazy. It was such a crazy year last year that I just felt like this crazy energy built up inside me. Like I was almost like angry, like why why haven't I done this already? I said I was gonna do it, and then that's when it happened. I finally started coming out and started pushing out music. I honestly thought it was gonna be one and done, but I kept getting such good feedback that I just kept doing it because this is what I want to do. It's just, you know, and it's different from what I hear from my peers in Southwest, you know.
Right.
So, and that's one thing I try to be is as different as possible.
Right.
Because it's one thing to say that you're different, but to actually just come out the gate, just being as versatile and as different as possible, you know.
Yeah, you want to stand out, and like you know, when you said you kind of were angry about it, you know, we all get in our own way sometimes, and sometimes it takes that amount to just get pissed off at ourselves and call ourselves on our own shit to push us to do what we want to do. So I can respect that a lot. I resonate with that often. So good,
hey,
good
and you know what? I wanted to say one thing because, like, you know, it's funny that you say that, like you thought it was going to be one and done, because there was a couple other artists that we had on the show and they said the same thing. Like they just didn't know if, you know, if it was going to go anywhere. They wanted to do it, like if they wanted to do anything with it, but the COVID pushed, you know, the pandemic kind of pushed it out of them. And another thing is, like, you know, born and raised, growing up in Southwest, some people get stuck in the mindset of like only people in Southwest Detroit is listening to me. That's not true, man. You know what I mean? So don't, you know, it's always going to come from where you unexpected.
There's always going to be haters or people who don't like your style and all that.
But I'm just saying, you get caught up. They get caught up in where they're at. You know what I mean? And there's so much more out there if you put your music out there, and you'll be surprised of the feedback you get. So
most of the time, it's the people that like it or people you don't know. It's the people that are closest to you that are like, nah, they're not very supportive. But then you're like, holy fuck, all these strangers are so fucking supportive of me. Yeah, and they're, you know, when they do that because they know you, that's their limitation in their own mind, because they don't have the guts to do it, or the talent or the drive. So they want to project that on you when really you're like, I got all these followers and all these people giving me awesome feedback, and I don't even fucking know them, and they're giving me so much love. So it's such a great feeling.
It's funny that you say that, because that's actually how I ended up meeting Aztec, Nando, and Domingo, was because every time I would share my one video called Drive, they would share it like almost immediately after I shared it. And so I was like, who is this guy? I don't even know this guy, you know, and I almost felt like I didn't deserve it, you know?
Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck, right?
Right. Yeah, and ended up meeting them, and they're now one of my closest, I'd say they're my brothers at this point, and I've only known them for a year.
That's so great. That's so great. That's awesome. For sure.
So, I know I asked you off air, so I know he said some of his rock alternative influence was a Linkin Park. And then he told me who his rap influence was. He said, you know, Eminem, but I'm not going to say Eminem. So let's say, who was that rap artist?
That's a given. Those names are a given.
I said Nas, because Nas is what really that gives me good memories. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I know everyone always says Illmatic, but for me it was Stillmatic. That was the one where Ether was on it. Yeah. And it's not that I remember that song specifically, but like it was just every song on there was like a hit.
Oh, but
me,
the world,
you know,
the world does though. That song is like the world remembers Ether. Trust that. So crazy album.
Oh, I meant like every song on there. That was like the soundtrack to my childhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way.
Sure.
I felt the same way about like Warren G. You know, back in the day, everybody, you know, obviously Dr. Dre, The Chronic was like, it's a classic. But for me, I loved my Chronic was Warren G's G-Funk era. That was my shit, because I had just started DJing. That came out in '94. I just started DJing, and it, like I said, it just caught me. That G-Funk shit just grabbed me. So that's my favorite like hip hop album of all time right there. So, but that's another good one. Of course, you can't go wrong with Nas, bro. Ever.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
There you go.
He just inspired me to be like really deep and introspective and stuff like that. So like that's how I want to be my music so people can feel me and not be like, oh, he's just rapping about stereotypical. Well, not even that. It's just like, you know, it's just like people like to brag about themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to hear you talk about how cool you are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear all that. Every song you got is about how cool you are.
How much money you have, how much your shoes cost. We all got shoes. I don't give a fuck. No one cares about the car you don't have.
That you got to rent for the video.
That you got to rent for. I was just gonna say that you rented for the video. The hoes you don't know. Yeah. Come on now.
So what
you don't really have. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
Hey, I got a question for you.
For real.
You said Stillmatic. So I was just gonna say, I don't know why I always forget the name. You know what my favorite song on that album is? Rewind.
Oh yeah, where he told the story backwards. That was crazy.
When I first heard that, I was just like okay, what the hell? Like, I listened to it like 5 times, bro. That shit is dope as hell.
Oh yeah,
nobody ever came close to ever making a song to do. You know what I mean?
No, that was brilliant.
That shit is dope as hell.
I didn't even know it was a story that was backwards until like
that's
probably
what I'm
like
saying. I had to like
recently. You know what I mean?
Like Nas is just crazy, right? He's on some, always been on a different level, and so. That's why he's still relevant. Right. That's the key to being relevant, bro. Longevity.
So what's next for Victorino? I know you just did that EP. What you working on?
Well, I got about like 5 collaborations in the works right now. Working on more. It's not so much of a project. I think at this point, I'm just going to focus on each song as it comes along, because I just find it as an easier process rather than to gather songs and on top of leaving it in the hands of other people to finish their parts and stuff like that. Like when it comes and it's ready, then it's ready. Like I got 2 at the ready right now, 3 at the ready technically, but one of them is not mine, so to speak. But I got a reggaeton song with my boy Danny S that I got coming out. I got a song with Aztec Nando that's kind of like, I don't know if you guys listen to Tech Nine or Busta Rhymes, but it's very it's hype. I don't know.
Shit.
And then
that's dope.
And then Domingo Cortez, I managed to get him on a song, so we got a song, and I think that'll be the song with me and Domingo is probably going to be the first one that I drop that is on coming out of me. So, yeah.
Nice.
Exciting. Sounds dope, man.
Exciting. So I think I played this. I played this last week.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the one that I played last week. I'll play this to bring this on the screen for all the listeners out in the world. Even I know they're listening to us in Pakistan. So let's bring that up.
Yes, they are.
Look, starting near the end of the 9-6, born into the night, I've been considered a nonsense. Gotta spread my wings to stay fly for this outlet. Searching for that power, put a shot to your conscience. So watch for the caution, I ought to be honest with context. It's the rap with your balance. I'm pulling on these strings and then I hit you with a ballad. But I'm careful with the flow because I know we need a balance. No TJ laughing, but I'm here to bring the challenge. I came up where there's lions and tigers. Bear witness to these bars when I'm lying to strike here. Never strike out, never out of the game. Cause victory's on my mind, that's even part of my name. Hey, all we trice, no gimmicks. As I bring the light into light, there's no vision when you live amongst the light for the night. It's so frigid, cause I much rather rise new heights to my soul lifted. I know that you've been waiting for the day I rise above my situation of mine, but I'm gone. in the storms of my life, but I'll find my vibration. I remember when my dad said you gotta be more aggressive, so I took in his words as I'm recognizing the lesson. Proceed to load up my poems and learn to use them as weapons. Get to popping off this heat, I ain't talking to Smith and Wesson. Never been the type to just gamble away my life. So you get bedded up in this world in a paradise. Fakes all up in your hair, I compare them to parasites that ain't never all very nice. Swear that Phil Collins can feel it calling the head at night. Right, look, I'm not one for negativity. Sometimes I talk smack, but your anthem never gets to me. You read between the lines, look me not even in the symmetry. This is so you know though, I'm out to get the chicken like a roast on boy yo. The boy yo has no need for the kitchen, cause this the rock that I steady be shipping. Get it? I know that you've been waiting for the day I rise above my situation of my blood. I'm gone in the storms of my life, but I'll find my vibration.
Yeah.
Hey, Victor.
This beat go Chiquita Bananas. I thought this was Carlos Santana, guitar, cigar, piano. I'm back at the couple cabana. I'm up, yeah. Yeah, I'm popping out, I want a Fanta. They couldn't pop, so they moved to Atlanta. I'm praying for managers, pray for me, Nana. They say I'm too blunt like the back of the hammer. They rolling up blunts in the front, getting hammered. I know they till I'm enamored. I'm ripping balls. There's no center. Ha 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 ha. Police not be out, they be dancing with devils like cha cha cha. I got an album that's ready to drop. Talking to labels like blah blah blah. I'm like Socrates with rhyme schemes. It won't be peace till I'm deceased like easy. I got God with me, his prophecy. Promised me that he would never leave me. But it kinda bothers me, cause honestly, a lot of these MCs be cheesy. That outside over the eyes, absolutely. Y'all know, believe me. All that I'm hearing is I got the drip. Shut up. We run it up. We on the come up. Put up a shut up. Please don't kill my vibe. Black and brown pride relations. You don't want no problems. Keep it modest. Southwest 7 miles.
Hey.
My voice.
Hey.
Hey. I heard that 7 Mile.
So
Love
I got,
it.
you know, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
actually my brother-in-law. He actually was kind enough to lend his voice over to me for that song. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
shout
gonna
out
ask-
to my brother Laurel.
Nice.
I was gonna say, who's the black guy? But
Where did black guy come
Dope,
from?
dog. Dope.
No, he's my brother-in-law.
Who the Blaxican?
Yeah, he's actually got a bit more fan base, but he's been doing it way more longer than I have. So
Right.
Yeah, I love that song. That was great.
Yeah. we got to get him on the show. You got to tell him, hit me up. And then also, I love that you have, you know, and I know we didn't really want to talk about it, but I might as well talk about it. Eddie Guerrero, huge Eddie Guerrero fan. You know, that's probably when I stopped watching wrestling. I love that you got his shirt on. I know his birthday just passed. You know, Alex, I usually post it, but Alex posted it. Me and him were big Eddie Guerrero fans. So shouts out to Eddie Guerrero. Happy birthday. Love the shirt. So, like you said, you're working on a couple projects. Where can we find Victorino if we want to listen to his music? If we want to find him on social media, where can we find him?
You can find me on all streaming services as far as my music goes. You know, like Apple, Spotify, our iHeartRadio, and whatever else they got out there. I'm on it. Victorino, the Cross Spectrum EP, and you'll find me in all my music, all my official music. I also have a SoundCloud, also under the Cross Spectrum EP. You can find me there. And then I got a couple other. I got my one song, one mic, or freestyle really, and then my other song, Drive, is on there as well. You can find me on Instagram at Victosito, which is VICTOHSEETOH. And yeah.
There it is.
We want to appreciate you for coming on the show. Definitely tell your brother-in-law, reach out to him. We'll put him on there. You know, I love artists out there trying to do their thing. You know what I mean? So then I put your YouTube out there if they need to find you. Do you have any upcoming gigs coming on?
I do. Like I said, I got that song with me and Domingo Cortez. It's gonna be called No Sympathy. We're just waiting on shooting a video for that soon. But I could drop it right now if I want to, but I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the time's right.
Timing
And
is
then
everything.
and then I got my song, not my song. It's my friend Danny S. His song. It's called Te Avasa Mi Amor. It's a reggaeton song, and it's like my first time doing something like that. So right now I'm just kind of exploring genres and just kind of having fun with it before I take it in the direction that I want to take it in. You know, I'm just seeing what's out there right now, basically.
Right.
So I got the $1 million question I asked you offline. Victorino is single. If I was a young hottie and I wanted to inbox Victorino, is that door closed, or is that like, hey, I'm concentrating on my music career, call me later? What is that answer, Vic?
That answer is that door is definitely closed. I'm trying to focus on what's important here, and
I like this guy.
yeah,
I like him.
I don't feel like I don't need no drama in my life, you know.
No drama, no distraction.
Usually they always want something, you know what I mean?
Yes, Sonny, yes.
I love that. He said
they always
especially
want
those
something.
who find me this way, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay,
Lock
so
them bitches off.
at church. You want to meet him at church?
Maybe.
Meet him at church, I guess so. Yeah, that's probably the only way at this point.
Victorino, they crazy there too, honey. You just stay focused on your music, okay?
Thanks for joining us, man. I know you got to get up early.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. God bless you. Appreciate it.
God bless.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're a good young guy.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
you
I
guys.
love your energy. I love your vibe. Keep grinding. Keep shining. Keep rising.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
Stay away
it.
from them hoes.
Thank you.
Come back and visit us.
Bye-bye. So
I love him. He's adorable. I swear he reminds me of my son so much.
He was like, no, that door closed.
That's exactly what my son be saying. No, I'm good.
When I was 25, I said, that door is open. The garage door is open. The back door is open.
The hinges off. I don't even got hinges on my door and shit.
I ain't even got hinges. Y'all ain't even right.
The door wide open like it's 1950.
Y'all had the revolving door, the spin door, right?
Yeah. I had the revolving door.
The glass revolving door.
The Room.
Yeah.
The Room. Before the Panic Room movie, there was something called The Room. I'll leave it at that.
You know what? It's funny because when I was I had to schedule the hose. You know what I was
my shit.
Oh hell.
Let's see here. If I
had a clipboard.
Yeah, I was like 2 hours with this one, 2 hours with that one.
You said a clipboard. What?
He did. That's what it sounded like. Like he was taking appointments.
You should have just got a punch clock like I had, bro.
Oh, damn. Y'all ain't even right. He said
it's a lot easier, you know? A lot less paperwork and shit.
A lot less paperwork.
Oh, the DJing days. I can't wait to start DJing again.
That's funny.
Damn, I can't wait. Old ass DJ.
Listen, y'all fucking with my lashes today. I'm gonna start
old ass DJ. I'm trying to hey, remember that movie? Remember that movie with Michael Keaton? Damn, what was the other guys? He was like, my son wanted to be a DJ or something like that, explore himself and be a DJ. I'm about to do that shit at 40. 41.
DPK days, we used
that
to
sounds
go
like
out,
a Vince Vaughn movie.
Vince Vaughn movie. We used to go out and cruise, and me and Louis used to go out and we'd be like, let's see who gets the most numbers.
Oh, cruising?
Yeah, cruising. So we used to have bags of like not grocery bags, but actually garbage bags of numbers, and he'd be like, sometimes we wouldn't get to all of them. Like, so he'd be like, let's call this one, let's call that one, let's call this one. But
I had that too. When I moved out, so when I was, my mother was just cleaning out her up where my room was upstairs, and there was an attic, but in the closet, I must have had a bin that got put in there, and she pulled it out, and in it is my book with all these guys' phone numbers, and it's like name, description, what kind of car.
She was like, ugh, no,
what kind of car. No, that shit was funny. I had a whole, like you said, it was like a directory of who we were gonna call. What kind of car did he have? Was he an asshole? Was he cool? Right? Did he buy us liquor? All that shit. I had it.
Yeah,
I had
blue pages. You know.
I had stacks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The good old days.
We all had stacks of numbers. I didn't have a punch clock though. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
And I didn't punch a clock either. It didn't last long.
It'd have been so much easier now. Just use the finger. That'd been shit.
Boop, boop, boop.
Right. 4-digit code.
4-digit.
Don't release the code until the other one leaves. Please stand by for your text with your entry code.
Oh, there you go.
Got hoes lined up down the street.
Let's get into the show. There's so much shit out there.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Fanucci says that COVID-19 pandemic is uncontrollable as 66 million remain unvaccinated.
Surprise.
Right. I think most of that is probably children. I'm thinking, right?
I agree. I was just thinking. So yesterday I was driving past. It was a nice neighborhood, right? And I kept having to circle this area looking for an address. And there was a school, and all the kids were on the playground, and none of the kids had masks, and they were all up in each other's faces. And I'm sitting, so they had like a crosswalk, right? And because it was lunchtime, some of the parents were dropping their kids off. So I had to sit at this corner for long enough for me to observe the kids on the playground.
Right.
Like, I wasn't being a creeper. I was just sitting there waiting.
Right.
And you see kids rubbing their faces, touching each other, no masks.
Local boys.
Local kids. That's crazy.
Yeah, sneezing on each other and shit. I was like, There was like probably about 4 or 5 kids that had a mask on that were like keeping their, they were being cautious. They were on the swings and stuff like that. And I know they're outside, but I couldn't believe the ones all up in each other's faces.
It's just things you think of, we think about instantly now. It's like, damn, they're all over each other. Oh my God, it's like an instant now.
I don't know. I kind of felt panicked because it's like,
right.
I don't know. I guess people who don't believe in this and don't think their kid can be affected, right? But I'm freaking out for these kids. I'm like, these kids look young. They didn't look like they were over, like, at the most they were 10. At the most, they were young kids. Not like little toddlers, but they're probably like 9, 10 years old, 8, 9, 10, all over each other. All in the mix. I was like watching the whole playground of germs. I instantly rolled my fucking window up. I'm not even by them, and I'm like, let me roll my window up before COVID gets in my truck.
Real quick, Tori, you see the I'm trying to get in the spirit. You see the little Halloween decorations?
I do. I love it. I
my daughter was like, you should put something Halloweeny up there, and I was like,
Halloweeny.
Okay.
Halloweeny.
I was like,
yeah, I usually have. This year, I just couldn't. But every year I decorate every room in the house, and I told Dominic, I was like, next year we're definitely going to decorate every room in the house just the way Zach would like it. It's just too hard for me this year. Like every time I start to pull the stuff out, I'm a hot mess. And then I feel guilty, right? I'm like, here I am enjoying this, putting it up, even though I know he would like it because he would be so pissed at me if I didn't put anything up. He'd be on me in September, like, is it time yet?
It's like you get a pass. You guys get a pass this year. And
I'm the person that decorates every room. Like, I decorate the bathroom. I got awesome, like these little stickums that go on the toilet. It makes it look like spiders are crawling out of the toilet.
I used to do all of that. I used to go.
I do it all.
And from the dollar store when they had the lights and all that, I would just get real cheap ones, and I would try to decorate my daughter's room and her mother would be like, "What are you doing with all this
Oh,
stuff?" And
you
I'm
gotta
like,
put lights in the
it's just
bedroom.
for like
All
they
the
love
bedroom
Halloween,
doors, all the bedroom doors,
Yeah,
I put the do not enter like crime scene tape.
right.
And then like above the kitchen cabinets, I put lights.
I
So
put
it
the
looks like
spider
it's
webs and all that stuff like
all of
that and
it.
everything in her room. I used to do that for her all the time, but
yeah. So I'm like, I needed a break this year, but I'll be back next year and have my giant blow up thing on the front lawn that you can see from like 5 blocks away.
Right. Well, let me ask, are you guys passing out candy or are you doing that? That used to be fun.
It's so rough because that's another thing. We get into character. So Dominic is usually Leatherface or something with a chainsaw, right? Like I take the blade off the chainsaw, but like have a real chainsaw and he's running around chasing kids. And usually Zach would be like the crickety old man in the wheelchair talking shit, right? And you have to go to him to get the candy. So you have to get
sitting in the chair holding candy.
So he would pretend, right? So you would have to get past the chainsaw guy to get to the guy in the wheelchair.
I'm good.
And he would pretend. And then I'm the old lady who is screaming at her Leatherface son, stop, right? And we get into this whole character thing. So I don't know, or we do a meat market too. So we make we make like a meat counter, and I go to the store and I buy all the meat that's like on the little clearance area. And we like chop meat up and
God, damn,
and so the whole time. Yeah, I'd go out. So the whole time, Dom doesn't say a word, right? He just grunts and he chases kids. So when they walk up, he grabs a whole like chopped meat and he's like, huh? And then he grabs candy and I go, would you like meat or would you like candy? And they're like, and then you get the little asshole kid that's like, I want meat, right? I'm not scared. And then Dom starts fucking chasing him down the street until he runs in the side of his mom's minivan.
My God.
And he's like throwing meat at kids. I'm like, I had to tell him the one year, I was like, bro, don't actually throw it at their feet. Don't actually hit them with the meat.
Right.
That's going to be, we're going to get in trouble from the police. So the next day, my driveway's filled with fucking gross ass meat. I got to go out there. Yeah, candy and meat because they dropped their candy running.
That's funny.
It's funny as hell.
Pick that back up, put it back in your bowl, and pass it back out again.
Swirl it up. Come on.
Back out again.
All right, so we're sitting in a political world. Here's why you should be worried about the U.S. democracy right now. It says,
please tell me.
Right.
Republican wants to move on from the January insurrection. That the whole thing sounds crazy, but arguing in the future, but their amnesia has grown along with their former president Donald Trump and his, again, thrusting the U.S. on democracy into something parallel.
That sounds like a pile of shit.
The growing fear of outside comment based on the GOP is attempt to coup the 2021 was not one-off, but rather a dress rehearsal for something that could be happening near the 2022 and 2024. So it sounds like a whole lot of mess going on in
right, but we're not supposed to be worried?
I guess not.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
It's just
if anything, the last 2 years has taught us is to not worry, right?
I think the right is worried about that. We're turning socialist and this and that. You know what? We go through this every 4 years, every 8 years, every 12 years. And it is
12, yep.
What it is. So Biden's approval rate 10 points lower than Obama at this same point of presidency. What do you think, Tori? Do you think it's because you think that of the whole Afghanistan thing? Why do you think that's happening? I mean, he's also cleaning up the shit that Trump did. He's also dealing with the pandemic. Is that possibly?
I think all of that.
Yeah,
I think all of it. I think that his playing field and Obama's playing field are two different fields. I'm not saying that Obama had it easy because that wasn't the case either, but they have two different scenarios and things they're dealing with. And Biden is really he has piles of shit, not just a big pile of shit. He literally has mounds of shit that he is having to go and jump, head first in this presidency. And what's crazy is because I was just saying this to Dominic the other day. I said, Trump's going to run again, and God forbid if he were to get back in office, everything is going to be Biden's fault, right? It's Biden's fault. He's not going to be held accountable for nothing. He's not going to hold himself accountable. Finger pointer syndrome, right? But Biden's not allowed to blame Trump for all the mess that's going on right now. It's so contradicting and hypocritical. Just like when Trump got in office, what did he say? Obama, right?
Right.
Never, no accountability. So I don't know. I think it's, you said, is it one or the other? I think it's all of those things. I think it's Afghanistan. I think it's COVID. You got Afghanistan, you got the mess he's cleaning up after Trump, and then you just sprinkled COVID over the whole bitch, like literally over everything.
So we have a reverend that says something about Biden. Hear what he said? I mean about Obama.
Mac Daddy.
Hold on, I just gotta rewind.
Obama is Mac Daddy. Obama pimps white women and black women.
Oh.
Started. You didn't notice him till he brought out those big-chested white women with their tight T-shirts and their short pants. That's what a pimp does. Oh, come on. You don't get your campaign started with a big-chested white woman. She must be a 54D, double D.
Who the fuck is that talking?
A pair of shorts on. That's what started his campaign. He put his two big 54Ds. Obama! That's where you first saw his name.
Come on, Alex, let's go.
Great big old.
Come on, Alex, we gotta go.
Obama, he's a long-legged Mac Daddy.
No, I don't even want to know who that was.
Alex, meet me in the back room. We gotta go.
Right.
So internet goes crazy over Kamala Harris space video using children actors better.
Get out real quick.
Right.
The internet erupts this week over children actors appeared in the first video of YouTube series Vice President Kamala Harris called "Get Curious with Vice President Harris." I didn't watch
Kamala.
this. Let me bring this on the.
Please hold for a trans.
I gotta fucking see what this motherfucking shit's all about. Let's see what's on it. She's talking about Obama, long-legged.
Everybody talking about Obama and 54 breasts.
Hi, I'm NASA astronaut Shane Kimbrough aboard the International Space Station with a challenge. This year during World Space Week, I am calling on my team to get curious. The universe is full of new discoveries to be made.
Look at that.
You'll have help from me and a couple other important people along the way.
Kamala Harris is the Vice President of the United States and the head of the Space Council.
My mom was a scientist, so I just love the idea of exploring the unknown. Are you guys ready to go?
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Remember, the moon isn't the only awesome thing to discover in space. Go to your local observatory or maybe even make your own telescope.
As we are curious for the discoveries and the work we can do in space. That's one of the things I'm most excited about.
What was wrong with that?
I don't know. Let me read what it says.
What does it say? Because I was excited. I'm about to go make my own damn telescope. I got toilet paper rolls and everything.
She just got shit for it, maybe because it says
when she does things like that, everybody's like, "Oh, it's PC or whatever you want to call it." So that's, I don't know.
Okay, honestly,
even with something with kids in there.
How about this? She did that. Look at all the stuff that Michelle Obama did, right? Can anybody name anything that the immigrant last first lady did? What the fuck was her name again?
Oh God.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
One of the Trump wives. What was it? The third wife?
Ivana.
Whatever the fuck
Trump.
her name was. Okay.
Ivana.
So what did she do with kids? Did she read books to them? Did she do any science stuff? Did she fix their lunches? No. Right. Some bullshit ass campaign called Be Well. Be Well. Be well. What? Bitch, can you form a whole ass English sentence? What? Okay. That's
Well,
it. My rant's over.
Had to get
My
that
rant's
out.
over.
Just had to get it out. It's all
Seriously.
good.
Like, you over here coming for her when
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
when that bitch canceled every single thing, didn't do nothing. Even what didn't she even cancel like the Easter egg hunt?
Yep.
There was a lot of shit that they used that the Obamas used to do, and Michelle Obama specifically, that used to get out there that had to do with children and growth and knowledge and health and encouragement and enrichment.
Yeah. While
and
Obama
what
was
they
taking
do?
care of office, she was out there
and what
doing
they do?
all
They
that
called her. They
publicity
talked
stuff.
shit about her. They called her. Oh, she looks like a gorilla. She looks like this. What? Wait, what? But you got this bitch who is an immigrant porn star who doesn't do anything but hide in her little bunker and in her Manolos, but that's the first lady. She's classy. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. I need someone to go make their own telescope so they can really see the truth, because some of us are blind. Okay, we need to start making
There ain't enough technology.
I don't think there was nothing wrong with that. Let's sign us up. Can we sign up for that, or we got to be a certain age?
I don't know.
Well, October 7th already passed, so like a program.
No, that's
Can we
cool.
Donate. I don't know what they were. I just went off on a rant because I'm so irritated with that.
We're on the space thing.
But I can see why, though.
Here you go.
Right? Does that make sense?
Pure negativity shot at her for no reason. So
for real, I thought that was
doing
a
something
great thing.
with kids, and
she talked about her mom being I didn't know her mom was a scientist. That's cool as fuck. Who wouldn't want a mother as a scientist growing up?
Right.
Be able to blow blow things up, learn. Right?
Just ask questions nonstop.
You know, the periodic table, all of that.
Right.
There you go.
Shit.
So, like I said, just like we're on this space thing, we might as well stay on the space thing. I know we're going to jump around, but here it is.
Scotty, beam me up.
So, William Shatner makes history, the oldest fucker in space. So.
Maybe the kids saw them with their telescope.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I just love William
Fucker.
I just think it's
90
so
years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just glad he made it back down. It's healthy and safely. Damn, 90 years old. Shit.
Safely.
Kinds of shit can go wrong.
Without a lifeline alert or nothing, right?
Right.
Crazy.
That was my old joke. Never mind. With his AARP card.
That's crazy.
I be trying to use that AARP card everywhere. They look at me like, bitch, we know this ain't your card. Prove. Are you calling me old? Are you calling me young?
Right.
I identify as an old person.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to play this. Hold on.
If men can identify as women, I can identify as an old person. Give me my fucking discount.
Phasers.
Mr. Rogers.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 greatest of William Shatner's Captain Kirk fighting moves. We will be focusing exclusively on the moves from.
No, I thought it was his voice.
I don't want to learn how to fight from William Shatner. Sorry.
Oh, here it is. The soundboard. Here you go. That's what
Right. I know he can do. I know he's a man of many hats, but I'm not gonna learn how to. I'm not gonna take fighting lessons from him.
That's funny.
It's out of the question.
That is funny though.
Oh God.
I feel like I might want to sit in.
Damn it, Jim! What the hell is the matter with you?
Damn it, Jim.
He won't break off now. He followed me this far. He'll be back.
Face death.
I don't believe in the
While you're
nobody's.
enjoying yourself in Star Trek, give me a second here. I'll be back. I gotta be myself somewhere.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Does he got to poop? Where's he going?
He got to poop.
Wash your hands, Alex.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Or the one.
Sorry, I'm a big William Shatner fan. I think that's amazing. Went up in this space.
Alex is beaming himself up right now.
So CDC adds 3 new coronavirus symptoms. Bad boy, what you gonna do? So they added shitting, vomiting, and hold on, let me see.
Shitting, I thought those were already on the list.
No, I guess it wasn't. It says the CDC is a similar and change in April. It says, I'm trying to see where it says they added some other shit to it. Congestion, runny nose, and nausea and diarrhea is now part of the list. Congestion and runny nose.
We already knew that, though.
I guess that they said it's official.
Oh. I had all of those things when I got that damn vaccine. Made me feel like shit for 2 days. You know, and I have lots of friends that had all those symptoms.
Yeah, what?
That had all those symptoms. I didn't know it wasn't official. Go figure.
You know, I really want to play this Madonna video, which is the next story, but she kind of like
humping.
Yeah, she's like on stage, or she's like
Jimmy Fallon's desk.
Yeah, she's fucking Jimmy
Did you
Fallon.
poop? Did you poop?
Beat me back, Scotty. No.
Did you wash your hands? It's okay if you did.
No.
We still love you if you. Everybody poops.
I don't wash my hands at home.
Okay. You don't poop at home either, only at the gas station.
That's nasty. That's pretty gross. No, I'm actually. I'd rather go in my pants than go at a gas station.
Ew! Don't make me mute my.
You asked. You asked.
She was. It's definitely NBC.
We'll still love you.
NBC will cut your feet off. Yeah, she's humping this table, showing her ass.
Yeah, cringy as fuck.
I don't know, man. She's dating that 25-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, but this is like, okay, say you're trying to stay irrelevant without saying you're trying to stay irrelevant.
If I could play the.
Why? I get it. Great. She's got a nice little perky anorexic ass. I get it. Like, okay.
I think you're talking about Madonna.
Yeah.
Hey, I like Madonna, but again, this is who she is, right? This is who she is. So we wouldn't. Why would we expect less? But on a class level, like, you couldn't have been sexy and relevant, classy, like being like classy with it. You got up there and did a whole dry hump. You dry humped to death.
Madonna! Stop it.
Yeah,
oh my heavens. Stop it. I don't know what to do.
Are you putting it on the screen?
No, I can't. It'll block it.
Okay, it'll block you. Yeah.
So he told her, stop, please stop.
And then he threw his coat over her, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Dry humping an IKEA desk doesn't seem really classy to me. It's just my opinion.
Crazy.
She hasn't been sexy since she had hair under her arms.
I forgot. I forgot you could dread that shit. And it probably stinks.
Oh,
I know somebody that actually owns that Playboy.
I do.
Really?
This guy.
You both have it?
I had it. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in the sticky box.
Never mind. Next story.
So the Dave Chappelle thing.
All that, I got my shit in the sealed up and shit.
I got crates in storage back in Michigan full of all my dad's original Playboys he gave to Zach, and they're like good ones. I was like, oh, look at this shit, right? Every time I go to the storage unit, I'm a little peeper.
I think I told that story before on one of our episodes, but my sister, she made her boyfriend at the time throw out all his shit, and he had them all. He had a subscription for like I don't know how many years.
My dad had a subscription too for years.
He had all that shit and gave them to me, and I believe my mother threw them out. So I was like, I was mad as hell, but I was like 14, so I couldn't really say nothing. What was I gonna say? They were gone.
Yeah, I got some classics.
They were gone. I was like, oh my god, crazy.
Crazy stuff.
Who's commenting? I can't see who's commenting.
No, we're just gonna read you who's commenting.
Tell me.
It says Crystal Soraro. It says, I love Madonna, always have, always will. She's an entertainer. A lot of people do a lot of things for fame.
Oh, I love Madonna too, and yeah, and I've always loved her. She's from Michigan.
Right.
I love her. She's an entertainer. That's why she's where she's at. I just think her interview was kind of cringy. I think that she could have been a little more classy with it. I like sexy Madonna. Like, I know some people say that she never was sexy, or that they're like, oh, she's always been trash. I don't agree with that. I think that there's certain things that she does where I'm like, I like erotic Madonna, not cringy Madonna. That wasn't erotic. Humping that wasn't erotic. She could have came out. She would have been better if she came out in a whole full ass leather suit with a whip and shit. I'd have been like, damn, look at this bitch, and spanked Jimmy Fallon. That whole, I don't know, it was cringy to me.
He must have felt cringy because he's like, stop, please.
He looked so uncomfortable.
Yeah, he looked uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable, right? And then she's like, whatever she had said about, we're adults and you interview kiddies and this and that. I get it, but you're kind of insulting his show now by saying that.
Yeah.
On top of that fact. And I think, she's already in she's talked about, like you said, because of this 25-year-old or however he is, 26, young guy she's dating. Don't quote me on the age, I can't remember, but that's cool, no problem with that. I just didn't care for that display of tackiness. It was tacky.
Okay.
I don't know. I think she could have been sexier and did it a better way, but whatever. I feel like that.
Count Love by JR. Count Love.
What up, though?
Count Love. That should be like a song. Count Love.
Oh my god. Please don't play that for us.
I don't know what you to, man.
If I remember, isn't JR, weren't you in love with Madonna?
I'm drinking mommy juice.
He might have been in love with Madonna. So the Dave Chappelle train keeps going on and producing more crazy stuff with the whole latest stand-up. Netflix suspended 3 employees, including trans person who spoke out against Dave Chappelle for crashing a leadership meeting. And then today, this was a couple days ago, it was on the 11th, which is today's the 13th. One of them went back to work, so they unsuspended that person. A trans Netflix employee was staged walkout to protest controversial Dave Chappelle show. So these people are going crazy over this shit about this trans remarks and just all this. I got to be honest with you. I know that we brought other comedians on or played their videos. They're scared to say things because they don't know who's going to offend or whatever the case may be, right? And I think Dave Chappelle has you know what? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. It's comedy. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. I think a lot of comedians should follow his footsteps. But what's your thoughts, Alex? I mean, you think that they should just be able to say what they have to say? It don't matter who they can offend, or do you think they should watch what they say?
I mean, we live in a different world, like I done said a dozen times about, the streaming world and all that. And you know what I mean? You got investors and stock and all that, everything involved and stuff like that now. So there's just a lot more people to answer to, you know what I mean? And it's always going to be, you can say whatever you want. Hey, and if, you don't mind taking a cut, whether it's money or losing a job or some shit, I mean, then obviously he's not going to change the way he feels and speaking out and everything like that. Dave Chappelle, obviously. So and I've seen some people calling him the greatest comedian of all time because of this shit. So I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
Really?
I think it's just like, I guess I'm on the fence with it because it's like,
yeah,
I understand. Like, I mean, me as a fan, I want to see the rawness and shit. I want to see that.
Yeah, good. They've been making fun of black, white, Mexican, Chinese for years, but why this LGBTQ, all this? it's so sensitive now. Is it the
right?
Is it the society?
That's what I'm a little confused on, because it's like for years it's like, okay, now it's like, you know, some people are, you know, they can express themselves a lot more, but at the same time it's like, well, hold on, don't say that. I mean, I don't know. Once again, you're not gonna please everybody, bro. You're not gonna make everybody happy, but you don't have to go to the shows.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that. So like,
you don't have to go.
I don't know. Do you guys have? Do you guys have a specific like comedian where you're like, I don't really care for them because they always talk about blah blah blah, or they always insult a certain, like, I don't know if
like
you guys
you know
have
what
that.
you're gonna get. Like you know what you're gonna get.
I have a trigger, right? I have a trigger. There's certain comedians I don't like. One of them is when they talk about disabled people. Clearly, I'm a disabled mom, right? A mom of a disabled child. So when they say retard and they say they make fun of disabled people and they crack jokes like that, like, oh, you're retarded, or special, you know, like short bus, shit like that. I know what they're going to do. I don't care for them. I refuse to listen to them. I'm not going to give them my money. They're going to say what they're going to say. They're a comedian. They think that shit's funny. And honestly, any of my friends that think that shit's funny, we probably aren't really friends, you know, like I don't find humor in that. But again, some people don't like, like, what's her name? Amy Schumer. They don't like her because she talks about certain things, right? And some people don't like who's the hillbilly guy that does the voices, the Jeff guy, whatever, right?
Yeah, Jeff Foxworthy.
So, yeah, I personally, I don't really care for him. I think some of his stuff's okay, but there's a reason why, because it's his material. It's just not a fan of what he talks about. So to each their own. I don't think him talking about gays, lesbians, queers, trans, all that, I kind of look at that as the same as black, white, green, purple, Chinese, orange, blue. It's no different because it's a race. The sexual origin, right? Compared to, it's a topic. Yeah. If you don't like it, then
I agree.
Turn away. Tune off.
Exactly.
Tune off.
Yeah, and I guess that was my point.
And you're not offended if you're gay and white, you're only offended because he's talking about gays and not the white people.
Right.
That
look,
doesn't make sense.
And look, Tori, I was
watching.
Hang
on, clarification. I'm not saying that we agree with it. We don't agree with it. I personally don't. Maybe I don't agree with what he said, but I'm not offended because he probably made fun of my profile at one point too.
If it was Donald Trump that came out and said it, okay, now we're talking about like
a political figure who's supposed to be leading the country for all of us.
Why are you saying that shit?
But he's supposed to be a leader, not a comedian.
Right. But just a quick example. But I was just gonna say, like, I watched the first episode of Chucky yesterday, and they actually used the word fag, and I was shocked.
Really?
Like wow, yeah, because WWE
a lot of people
is on that show, and they're so PG, and they just started allowing them to say like the word, like the past few wrestling episodes, because of the AEW wars going on back and forth with them. They started saying the word, I don't know, like AEW show, they used the word shit like about 30 times in like one segment. So then next thing you know, WWE's using, guys that don't never curse are coming out using the word. So my whole point is like, I was shocked to see that yesterday.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Now, and maybe I'm contradicting what I'm saying, but I feel you can go ahead if you're a comedian and make whether you're black, white, fucking turquoise, right? You can make black jokes, but you don't say the N-word, right?
Right.
I feel like you can make gay jokes, but don't call people a fag. I feel like fag and the N-word, I feel like that's a derogatory term towards them, as opposed to cracking light and fun and jokes about shit that actually is probably true or stereotypical in these groups of people that they make fun of. Just like a lot of comedians make fun of Asians driving, right? Like their driving's terrible. It's a stereotype of that. White people are Karens. They shoot places up, whatever, people say these things. So, but I think there's a difference between saying that, calling that derogatory term, and just cracking joke about things that are already out there. Does that make sense of how I put that?
Yeah, for sure.
See, my comedian is Andrew Dice Clay. He get his cock stuck.
Right.
Nasty shit. Nasty shit.
But he had that's the thing. That's a great example because he had his own following.
Yeah.
Everybody is not for him. There's been people like, oh my God, that guy's
X-rated.
crazy.
They didn't like,
oh God,
they didn't like his X-rated talk.
But I started watching him
so they
at
didn't
a friend's
watch
house when I was like 8 years old, and Dice Rules 89. Like, I'm watching this shit at 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean?
It's no
like,
different than the people that listen to Howard Stern that don't like Howard Stern. Remember Howard Stern back in the day? Like now I listen to him. Back in the day, I really wasn't a fan of him. I was like,
way ahead of his time.
Right?
Way ahead of his time.
Right. And now I'm like, I like him. So it's not really a different. If you don't like it, turn it off.
There you go.
And if they're not like, I don't know.
There you go,
I don't
guys.
think what he said was belittling. I think it was he was cracking fun at things that people already say. And you know what's even crazier is I got a lot of gay friends, a lot of lesbian friends, a lot of trans friends. I got a lot of rainbow community, right? A lot of rainbow family. And they be cracking jokes on each other all the fucking time.
Right.
All, straight clowning. My face hurts hanging out with my gay family. Hurts because I'm laughing so fucking much because they're, you know, you got dudes calling other dudes fucking bitches and queers and fag hags and all this and prissy girls and princess, and I'm like, y'all are hilarious, right? But they're doing it in fun, and now when somebody else does it, it's okay, but they can, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think a lot of my gay friends, I'm going to take a poll and I'm going to get back to you guys on what they think. I'm going to ask them.
There you go.
The fat pig and the bold fuck.
Because they have a good humor. They have a good personality and humor. And I think they... I heard them. I tried to skip right past it. I was like, focus, Tori, focus.
Can't let them cut into your
come back now.
Like in wrestling. There'll be a lot of wrestling, pro wrestling references.
I mean, where is that? Which one's the fat pig?
He's still doing shows. He just did the show in Canada
all the time.
last month or something like that.
So legendary Paul McCartney broke up the Beatles. Lennon, he's saying Lennon broke up the Beatles, not me. Rehash the epic split. Paul McCartney's doubling down on what happened to the Beatles, insisting John Lennon broke up the band, something history has long roped Paul into over the years. The iconic rock felt compelled to set the record straight. His version of Anyways, upcoming episode of BBC Radio Cultural Life, is reporting to the Guardians that he's blamed squarely on John. You know, I really don't know. I didn't know. I thought they just kind of just walked away from each other.
Waiting for my time.
They were beefing.
You know, I think they were both creative, and they had their differences. And, you know, I think you know, both of them were icons, and you know, I think they were the heart of the Beatles, and when they broke up, that was it. But both of them went on and to have their own success. Even the other guy that was the other singer, I'm trying to think of his name. I just had what's the other guy? Not Ringo, but the other guy. He had his own album too. So, you know, he had a lot of crazy success too. So, I can't think of the other Beatle member.
No, my mind's blank right now. My mind still got hip hop playing and shit.
Beatles, John Lennon.
No, the Beatles. Yeah, I was talking about not John, not Paul. Shit, I'm trying to think of the other Beatles.
I don't know.
Not Ringo Starr.
People are gonna kill me. They're gonna talk shit. You don't know the name of the Beatles? Listen, I really remember
I don't care.
what I had for lunch.
I didn't listen to them, so that's before my time. So I get a pass on that one.
Yeah.
I get a pass.
You asked me about the Monkees, the fake Beatles. I know about the Monkees.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
Other than that,
I know the songs.
Right.
I think Drake's googling that. Look at him, he's thinking.
George Harris.
Oh, there you go. I would have never guessed that.
One just passed away not long ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep. And then Ringo Starr. I love Ringo Starr.
I know you do.
Ringo Starr. Let me.
These are funny.
Huh? Ringo Starr. Yeah. He was he wasn't the original and here it is. Here he is now, and he wants to voice in and tell people about what's going on.
Okay.
This is a serious message to everybody watching my update right now. Peace and love. Peace and love. I want to tell you, please, after the 20th of October, do not send fan mail to any address that you have. Nothing will be signed after the 20th of October. If that has a date on the envelope, it's going to be tossed. I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do. So no more fan mail. Thank you, and no objects to be signed. Nothing. Anyway, peace and love, peace and love.
Peace and love from Ringo Starr. Kim Kardashian. So you didn't think I could do it? I could host the SNL. I heard she had a 20-hour rehearsal. Of course, I can't play some of this because NBC will definitely ban it.
They'll come for you.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught it. She did her little thing. So now is she going to act? What do you think, Alex? Is she going to start to act?
I can't comment on it because I didn't watch it. I can't comment on it because I didn't watch it.
I caught part of it, and I saw that Chris and who else popped in with her. But other than that, I didn't. I don't know. I don't really give them too much playtime anymore.
Playtime. Well, the other sister, she did a photo shoot, bloody.
I saw that. Listen.
There's a heavy. I'm like, what is going on?
So, listen, if you follow Jenny McCarthy,
I am
Johnny Wahlberg's wife, Jenny McCarthy.
Hey, hold on.
I'm
going to put it on the screen. Hold on.
Jenny McCarthy's TikTok.
Yes.
It's fucking great. I played it like 10 times. I follow her. I love her fucking page. She's so funny. She pulls out a tampon.
Right.
She's like, I thought I had a heavy flow.
Simple.
What is going on?
Yet effective.
Yeah, what is going on?
Oh, man.
Shit.
I think she's trying to be like Megan Fox.
Really? If you believe
they're all trying to be like Megan Fox.
If you believe that much, don't call me for about a month after that.
Ooh, that's so gross. Ugh.
I don't know.
He said, don't call me for about a month.
Oh, my God.
Is she clean? Unless she's... Listen, she done purged it all out.
I guess so. Purged it all out. Rolling.
Do we got a caller? Who's calling?
We don't. I didn't take that call. We don't. We don't have a caller. So
where's our callers at?
Rolling Stones, the Stones, retired rock classic Brown Sugar due to slavery depiction.
Really?
Yeah.
I
would play it, but guess what would happen?
What?
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
I don't remember what that song sounds like, but they
sounds
retired.
like us getting blocked.
It sounds like it. So more of the cancel culture.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't say this. I can't say that. But my balls itch, and I gotta say, there you go. Can't say certain things. You can't say certain things. You can't say certain things now. So there you go. So they cancel it. They canceled all kinds of shit.
They really are.
So Gabby Petito, that's still going on. So they finally said she was strangled to death. Kind of sad.
Really?
So I'm going to say 99% I think the boyfriend did it at this point.
They said she was strangled to death?
She was strangled to death, yeah.
Oh. That's sad.
So what do you think? Do you think that pretty much the boyfriend did it, or do you
Yeah.
think
Tell you honestly, I was sad. I was sad, and not that I like was rooting for him, but I was hoping that it came back like she fell and there was like an accident, right? Like they were fighting, and I just had this in my head, like they were fighting and arguing after seeing that video I saw, and you know she tripped and fell and hit her head, and he panicked, or you know I told you, I don't know if I told Alex the story. I'm not going to get into detail because I don't put people's business out there, but there was a story that I knew personally of somebody that they were arguing, and she jumped on the car as he was driving off and accidentally slipped up underneath the car. That person though didn't flee and helped her, but accidents happen like that where people panic and somebody ends up getting, you know, in the heat of the moment, they could die because of both of their actions. So I was really like, okay, it's going to come back that this was an not accidental, because he's still going to be charged for it because he fucking fled, all that. I was just hoping it wasn't so
devastating, right? Like story, right?
Like you strangled her.
Yeah.
Even if you were, if you clearly couldn't control yourself, you
this
know,
shit just made me furious when I seen this.
I know, right? Ain't like, man,
guys. I feel about guys.
You're gonna pop off. You just smack her and walk off. Like, you fucking choked her. The fuck?
What a bitch. I mean,
So do you guys think he's alive, or you think he committed suicide and they just can't find him yet?
I think he's still alive. I think he's a coward.
You think he's still alive?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because he fled in the camper, and they've been checking all these areas. Part of me is wondering if he just killed himself because he knows he's going to get caught. But yeah, he is a coward. So, but like her dad said, he's an outdoorsman. Like he's an outdoorsman. He camps, he hunts, he fishes, he lives off the land. So if they do find him alive, I believe it's going to be in a rural area, or he fled out of the country because he can live off the land. He's one of those people. He's like a mountain. He's a mountain guy.
They never find him, right?
They possibly could not. If he's in that camper, then I feel like they have a better chance because they know what to look for, unless he totally disguised it. But
so the
I don't think they found the camper. Did they find the camper?
No. So accidents can happen. You know, when you say accidents could happen, this movie came to mind. It's called Very Bad Things. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. So there's a bunch of guys that actually they go to Vegas because there's a bachelor party. They get a hooker. Somebody's fucking her, and he actually rams her head because fucking her, and he rams her head on like the fucking towel rack. And here, I'll play it.
The problem. A slip.
There are always options.
You left a dead prostitute in the desert.
So things can happen, right? Accidentally, oopsie doopsie. Yeah, so that's a great movie if you haven't seen it.
It doesn't look good.
It is funny.
It's a funny movie. Okay, it's meant to be funny. I get it.
What happens is they did dead hooker, then this, then the brother gets run over, and then
so it's one of those like
what else could happen?
Vegas.
At the end, the two buddies are in a wheelchair. They don't have any legs, and the wife gets hit by a car. Like it's like what else? It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
He said it's great.
Well, there goes your spoiler.
Yeah.
This guy spoils everything. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a crazy ass movie.
Yeah. So
Cameron Diaz is in it, by the way.
Cameron.
I can't see who's commenting, but whoever's watching, call on in and talk to us.
This one said it was Alexis that called it. That said,
okay, I couldn't see.
Days ago, the nation, the Dave Chappelle, all this thing, and I think this is probably a lot of this stuff that's coming out. But the National Coming Out Day, 21 people who have came out in 2021 They're talking about stars. So it's a national coming out day. Jojo Sawui, 18-year-old reality star. Demi Lovato, Osborne, Gabbett Tuffet, Kahlui, Rona Rubenstein, don't know who that is, Colton Underwood, Gigi Gorgeous, Caleb Braxton, David Ochoa, Michelle Kennedy Kamado, Carlo Nisbat from the Raiders, Elvira, which we just originally talked about. I don't even know how to say that one name. Louis Tipton, Caitlin Weaver, Tommy Dorfman, Luke Prokop, that was the NHL hockey player. Emmett Corbin, Kara Cunningham, Mr. Grimm. Is this a wrestler, Alex?
I have no idea.
Got your boy looking like grim as fuck. Yeah, he's a wrestler, Mr. Grimm.
Never heard of him. I haven't.
No. I bring him on the screen.
I know what Caleb Braxton is. That's the announcer.
The announcer, yeah.
That's him right there, Alex.
Interviewer.
Oh.
I don't know
I
who
didn't
that
know
is.
that.
He might be on the independent.
I've seen him, yeah.
He might be the wrestler for OVW. I've never seen him. He's not on national TV, so he might be.
That's cool.
I don't know what wrestling organization that he's from, but
it says indie wrestling. I don't know what indie is.
See, it's independent.
Independent.
But what's the name of the wrestling show? I mean, the name.
He's been in New Japan, and you see all these hashtags.
Okay, like MLW,
okay.
MLW, all that Impact, OVW.
Yeah, don't know who he is, but there he is. So,
hey, kudos to him.
So
welcome,
this was welcome out. Yeah, so National Come Out Day. So that was 2 days ago. Michigan healthcare providers COVID vaccine required offer $10,000 bonus for all new nurses hired. That a top Michigan healthcare provider is recently had to closely nearly 200 hospital beds due to staffing shortage is not offering new registered nurses $10,000 sign-on bonus. That's pretty cool. But
I think it's great. I don't understand. I don't know. There was a I'm sorry to interrupt you. There was a friend of a friend who I think it was his wife or his girlfriend. She's a nurse and she's like, I can't find a job. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I think it's just because she doesn't want to work. But I'm like, what do you mean you can't find a job? You're a fucking nurse. There's a shortage of them. They're offering bonuses to you. Like in every avenue, they're looking for you. I would take a $10,000 bonus. Isn't that what you became a nurse to do? Is to help people? To care for them? I mean, yeah, some people are like, oh, I don't want to risk, but you're doing that regardless when you're a nurse, because even if if you protect yourself and you're vaccinated, then you're good. But there's other things that you could catch too, and it could happen to you when you're being a nurse. So I don't know. I think if you're a nurse and you, I can't say like, oh, you're selfish if you don't, because a lot of people have quit because they're burnt out. But if you haven't put that in and you're new to nursing, like this person's new to nursing and she's like, I can't find a job. And I didn't want to look at him and go, it's because she likes living off of you. She doesn't want to work. I didn't have the heart to tell him. He's like, she said she can't find a job. I'm like, what? Fuck? Have you not been watching the news? Do you not know what's going on in the world? I'm sure there's plenty of nursing jobs. So, I don't know.
But that's a good story.
I understand both sides.
That's a good story. That's the story that we just talked about last month. There was a shortage. So that's a great thing. They did something about it. They solved the problem for the time being. So, I mean,
absolutely.
That's the one that was shorted.
And shout out to all the people in the medical field that are stepping up and being there during this time. I know it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but you
Right.
took an oath and you're standing by it, and I commend you for doing that. And we thank you for helping those in need, even if they chose not to, you know, with the whole COVID thing, even if they chose to wait until it was too late, you still show up and stand up and, you know, be accountable and take your oath seriously. So we thank you.
Yep. Thanks
Yes,
for all those
sir.
frontline workers.
Yes, sir. And yes, ma'am.
Yeah, down to the ones that clean the rooms. You know what? They don't even get any credit. The housekeeping in the hospital and those people,
Right.
man, they all play a huge role in our health and our system. As fucked up as we think things is, these people are really busting their ass to make sure that we're
Intricate
okay.
part in all of that.
So much.
They're the one that clean everything.
They're the ones that
So,
come in and strip everything down and clean. And when you, especially, and I know this just from spending a lot of time in the hospital with my son, if you're in a room for more than 30 days, they automatically put you in a new room. Even if you're in ICU. So at the 30-day mark, you get moved to another room. Maybe it's the room right next door to you, but they move you. And they do that so that they can come in and clean. It's like deep clean, not just surface clean sheets, mop the floor every day like they do. They come in and they deep down clean. So every 30 days they move you. And if you're a long-time patient, like most of these COVID people are, and most of these people like my son who had a terminal illness, you need that. And those people are, like you said, intricate. They're dire to people's wellness. So shout out to them too. They've got the dirty jobs that nobody talks about.
Right.
Sure.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So we talking about the Dave Chappelle. We're talking about the coming out day. New Superman, Clark Kent's son, John, comes out as bisexual in the DC comic. So
yeah,
we're in a new age. We're in a new age, ladies and gentlemen.
I just think that people are comfortable enough to talk about it. I don't think it's new.
Right.
Or maybe they're comfortable enough to explore the feelings that they've had, that before people shunned you for being that way or feeling a certain way, and you just never explored those feelings because you were nervous or embarrassed or ashamed. And so, you know, I think whatever you feel is great, and if you're brave enough to come out.
That's basically how I feel. There's no reason to speak on it. That's I mean, I'm like, you know, when I see it, I'm like, hey, they just did
love is love.
They
love
just
is
did a Dark Side of the Ring on Canyon. Drake, you gotta check it out, man. It's really good.
Canyon, I love Canyon.
He was the first one.
I want to see that.
He was the first one that came out. I mean, like the shit that he went
I was
through, man.
surprised when he said he was, you know, that he was saying.
People that talk negative about, you know,
I was going to say that. I'm pretty sure
and you'll have a different.
Sure, he heard it in the locker room. Oh, that F and this and that. You know what I mean? They were probably shunned it.
Well, I'm sure they probably, and I haven't seen it, but I'm sure they probably, you know, some people are so ignorant that they're in the locker rooms and they don't want to change in front of them. They don't want to be in the same locker room with them. First of all, they probably don't even like you because of the person you are. They're not looking at your little wiener. Like, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
but you're all athletes.
It wasn't, but that's the thing. It wasn't even like that with him. People respected him so much, and when he told the closest people to him, you know, there was like one guy that was like, he didn't know what to think because he looked up to him so much. He was his mentor, he trained him and everything. But then he was just like, okay, like,
it doesn't change who he is.
And then there was other friends that were like, so like, but the way that he, like I said, you have to watch it. The way he was living in his head, and you know, it like I don't understand what they go through. coming out and all that.
Well,
so like I said,
well, he
I
was
stay away
probably
from
a
it out of
prisoner in
respect.
his own thoughts.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So
Because they're scared. They don't know, like I'm sure growing up, topic of conversation growing up, people are cracking jokes, talking shit, shunning them. So if you live in this fear of people really knowing, you don't know how they're going to react to it. Are you going to lose everything? Are they going to shun you? Are you still going to be great to them? Are they still going to look up to you? So
question, Alex, if you refresh my memory, didn't he commit suicide because he felt like, his career was over once he came out? I don't know.
Yeah. You just get. I mean, yeah, he committed suicide, but it's
sad.
We're gonna watch
and,
it.
And it's like I said, everybody's situation is different. It wasn't just that. It was getting the chair shots. They showed him on WWE taking fucking outrageous chair shots, and they made him look, when he came back, he looked like, they made him look like shit, and they could have did something really good with him because he was one of the best wrestlers. Like he was very well respected, man. So the way they treated him, and then think about it, he had a list, remember?
Yeah.
So there was that. He was real, self-conscious about that, about a lot of things, and then he just then he dealt with the CTE. Like there was a number of things, man. So
I gotta watch it.
It's really good though, for real. Yeah, I know you was a big fan of him. That's why I was like, man, you gotta watch.
Where can you say that? Where can you see that at?
It's on Vice TV on the Dark Side of the Ring. I think it's on Hulu or something like that. But
I like Chris Canyon, the DDP. I liked all those guys that were in that little clique. So
yeah,
I want to see that.
So let's give some more positive stuff. So this lady vowed to keep wearing her wedding dress, sparked a sweet travel tradition. Samantha Matthews carried on a personal item on an international flight. It was often is very personal indeed. Her wedding dress. We generally just kind of stuff into a vacuum seal bag, but it comes to basically looking brand new, said Matthew, who goes by Sam. Nearly by calculating, the dress has been 13 countries since May of 2018. So she vowed to just wearing her wedding dress. That's pretty awesome.
So she wears it every time she flies?
Yeah, it goes to different places and
That's
takes
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I think it's cool because a lot of times, probably so many times, women spend all this money on this elaborate dress, sometimes 2 and 3 dresses, right? And then afterwards, it's like, okay, they put it in a dress box and it sits there. Maybe they save it for their daughters, but let's face it, your daughter might not wear it when she gets older because it's out of style. Or they sell them, people sell them, or they just sit and they just collect dust. But I think that that's so great. I love when people use their wedding dresses and like they do like photo shoots in them, or like this girl. That's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, she's taking pictures all over the world in her wedding dress.
So I have a friend. She took her wedding dress, and I think this is the best idea ever. So she ended up she's remarried now, but she got divorced, and she did a divorce photo shoot in her dress, and she did it like she had like black mascara running with like a Jack Daniels bottle on train tracks in Michigan. And she did it like holding the shoes, and she was posing like laying on the train tracks, and it was sexy, but it was like the wedding dress had like some black soot on it and it was trashed out, and she looked hot as fuck. I was like, dude, that's so fucking dope. And she was like smoking a cigarette and just did all these different poses in the wedding dress.
That's funny.
For her divorce photo shoot. I think it was the best. I was like, man, that's the best use of a wedding dress ever. And then she took it after. Yeah, she took it after and then did a Halloween thing with it and put like blood on it. But the one that she did for the divorce one, and then she like did like a peace sign walking away barefoot with her like holding the dress up with the shoes and the whiskey bottle. It was cool. I'll have to find the pictures.
Sweet. That's funny.
Yeah, it was really good.
So this is, we talk about it every week, every 2 weeks. The U.S. has reached a high of more than 96 drug overdose deaths in the last 12 months. Here you go.
He was 12. Alcohol was always his drug of choice, but he would use, anything that would help with his anxiety.
In September, Craig didn't show up to take care of an elderly relative, and Michelle got a call that he might be in trouble.
I just screamed and cried. I knew my brother was gone.
Her worst fears confirmed. Craig Alazer died from an overdose of fentanyl at the age of 56. While the U.S. was in the throes of a global pandemic, there was another health crisis tearing through the country, and Craig was just one of the victims. Preliminary data shows that in 2020, U.S. drug overdose deaths rose by nearly 30%, hitting the highest number on record. More than 93,000 people died from drug overdoses in 2020, compared to 72,000 in 2019.
The pandemic caused a tremendous amount of grief, trauma, economic and social dislocation, and all of that contributes to people using drugs.
PJ champion Sally has lost both of her 2 children to drugs, her daughter Ashley just this past January. She runs a support group for moms like her.
As a mom who runs this website, you have an eye on what's going on. Did you notice an increase during the pandemic?
Oh, yeah. I can't tell you the number of moms that have lost a second child. It is absolutely gotten to be worse than an epidemic. They had no support system anymore. They didn't have their shelters. They didn't have their meetings. Those things are absolutely crucial.
Michelle says the pandemic played a role in her brother's death.
Because this was during the pandemic, was it more difficult to get your brother help?
Yes, absolutely. There were no in-person AA meetings. It was all virtual.
She says she hated losing her brother, but she knew he was at peace.
A calm came over me because I just felt like
This is a serious problem. Not just just dealing with the pandemic, but this is a serious problem for children, for our children, for adults, for movie stars, for entertainers, for comedians. This is a really big problem.
Huge. So sad.
It is. Terrible. So make sure, like we tell you every week, if you don't hear from a friend or a relative and you haven't heard from them in a while, go check on them.
Yeah.
Check on them.
Check on your people. If you know that they're battling addiction, try to be there for them. I know a lot of times it's hard to, be a part of that, or, you have certain feelings against it, or you feel that they are pushing away and they don't want your help, but maybe they just need some support. You never know. Just be there for them.
Yep.
Simple call or simple text.
So
show up.
These airlines are facing really, really hard times right now. United Airlines is in the process of firing 232 people being unvaccinated. Southwest had they canceled all those flights the other day because they don't have enough people, because they had there's a shortage. They're going to go on strike, all kinds of things. So.
Yeah, there's so many flights were canceled. Did you guys see we posted it? You posted it about the couple their whole family wasn't able to come to their wedding.
Yeah. I posted it. I didn't talk about it.
Yeah. They all got canceled on, and so they nobody was at their wedding.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So crazy. I mean, look at when I flew to Detroit. They canceled my flight and didn't even tell me until I got there, and they were about to board us onto a they canceled our flight, and then they put us on a different flight without telling us, right? So we get there and we go to check our luggage, and all of a sudden I look down and I see we see the time, and I'm like, wait a second, we don't leave till 5. We're supposed to leave at noon. What is this? And I had to stop the guy from throwing the luggage on the conveyor. I'm like, no, don't take my luggage. And we look, and they were trying to send us to Colorado on a 15-hour layover, and then said we might be there even longer because it wasn't guaranteed that we were going to catch a flight from there. Not even telling us. I said, man, that's crazy. And I understand they're trying to accommodate people, but tell somebody so that they can make other plans.
Right.
This show's whack.
Crazy. So this was a
the
design.
monument.
Yeah, that's the designer that he says, what would a COVID memorial look like?
Yeah.
So you see all the flags, all the people that have died.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
So crazy. Whew.
Goosebumps just looking at that picture.
Yeah, that's heavy. That is so heavy.
Wyoming teenager arrested after refusing to wear a mask in school, grounds family says. Crazy stuff.
What was wrong?
Yeah, I'll play it.
Good? Yep. All right. So you're still refusing to leave?
Yes, sir.
I'll play this YouTube video. A teenager was arrested after refusing to wear a mask in school grounds.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go now. I just wish everybody would get on the same page until this shit's under control.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say no more. I really don't.
Point, I'm going to place you into custody for trespassing.
Okay.
Go down to the jail. How's that sound?
All right.
You can leave it in
Oh,
there.
no, it's okay. I can take it out.
She wouldn't put a mask
You
on.
can leave your hands.
Yeah, she would leave and she wouldn't leave.
I'm not going to put your hands behind your back because that's just going to, I don't want to hurt your shoulder.
Okay.
Put your hands out like this. Do you have any guns, knives, or bazookas on you that we need to know about?
Bazookas? Did he just say bazookas?
Yeah.
Say guns or knives on you.
He said guns, knives, and bazookas.
Put your hands out like this. Do you have any guns, knives, or bazookas on you that we need to know about?
I think he thought
Where
he
are
was
they at?
being funny. I think he thought he was being funny.
Yeah, that has to be. Wow. Jesus.
Who has a bazooka? The fuck? Hold on.
Instantly, I was like, bazooka bubble gun? She's a high schooler. She got bubble gun?
Yeah,
That's what I thought about.
She probably don't even know what bazooka is. I'm thinking,
She
you
really
know,
don't.
what the hell?
Bazooka Joe.
Yeah,
Hey.
bazooka. Crazy. I don't know if they should have arrested her. They probably should have said, honey, you can't be here.
Yeah, you gotta go. Call your mama. You gotta go.
Yeah. There is nowhere we expect to be. The Massachusetts nurses strike hits a 7-month mark. So going back to the nurses striking in San Vincent Hospital in Worcester, Massachusetts marked a 7-month on Friday. It's a negotiation between union hospital officials continue to what? With no sight and end, 700,000 nurses walked off the job.
Because they don't want to be vaccinated?
Let me see. What is this? Chronic staffing issues made worse by the pandemic. Despite months of negotiation, workers represent Massachusetts Nursing Association said the hospital owned by Dallas-based Tenet Healthcare would not meet their demands. The nurses have hold up record large neuro. So I don't think it had anything to do with
Money. Had to do with money and stuff.
Yeah.
What they wanted.
Yeah, they're what they're striking for is labor practices.
Like you just spoke on, Tori, shortage of workers, and they're getting so. Guess what? Guess who's got to pick up all that slack? You know, so you just
they're burnt out.
So,
I get it. Definitely get it.
Different situation. Every you know, every place is just dealing with different shit. Mandates, non-man. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. So I send you guys. I put this article in the thing, and this was the after effect. Southwest Airlines shares tumble after massive flight cancellation. Carry weights, more cuts. So Southwest canceled more than 1,800 flights. I think it was on Sunday this weekend, anticipating further issues. That's just crazy, man. I would have been fucking pissed. Cancel my shit.
Yeah, but it resumed. The article I found, everything is back to normal as of today.
Well, no, but it was back to normal. But Monday they were still feeling the effects. No, it's back to normal now.
Right.
Still, you still on that fucking Sunday. They were fucking.
You gotta still playing catch up for sure.
For sure.
Shit's going on everywhere.
Crazy stuff.
There's jobs everywhere. They're everywhere, man. I mean,
they are.
So this happened over the weekend. TMZ cut it. Gunman shot, killed by SWAT. Hostage situation. Here you go.
He's got a gun to someone's head.
What?
Look, look.
Shut the fuck up.
Or a knife.
Oh, fuck. It is.
That's crazy. Today,
Where was
somebody
this?
DTLA. Let me see. Crazy gunman. Crime speed. LA.
Did they show them shooting him?
I don't know. I just stopped it before this.
Okay.
Yeah, that it was in LA. He was fucking. But you see the thing. He had some hostage holding her gun to her head.
Yeah.
Another resident.
Mm.
These people are crazy, crazy.
Ridiculous.
People really are crazy.
Ridiculous. Mark Cuban.
Crazy bitch.
Cole Beasley, get vaccinated. It's not about you. I'll play the audio clip.
Yeah.
Can you guys Beasley? I know you guys had a little.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
Just plain and simple.
Yeah, plain and simple. But Cole's a good guy, but you know, getting vaccinated isn't just about you. It's about everybody else.
There you go. It's not just about you. Hello.
Go figure.
This is one of his. He's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He told, get vaccinated. He's a good guy. Go get vaccinated.
Well, you know, there's 16.9 million cancer survivors in this country. 3 million plus people who are immunocompromised.
Yeah.
And when you don't get vaccinated, you don't. It's not just about you. It's about other people as well.
It's bigger than just one.
It always is. It's for the best of this country.
There you go.
Mic drop.
Yep. Not just about you.
Yeah. You nailed it.
What do you think, Alex? Get vaccinated. I think that's
what Mark Cuban said.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that summed it up. He didn't say anything about your freedom. He didn't say anything about that. He said it's not about just you.
I agree. It's really not. And then he brought up the immune compromised and the people with cancer and terminal illnesses, life-threatening illnesses. I agree.
I don't know, man. Ain't no story bothering me more than Kyrie. Like overlooking that. What? Okay, get vaccinated. Whatever. I really just.
You said Kyrie.
No comment. But
yeah,
Kyrie.
Yeah, I was listening. That was on the radio today. They were talking about it and how he's been. Oh yeah, we'll talk about it.
It's ridiculous.
Fucking asshole. He's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
He's a whole ass.
He's an asshole. Yeah, just get vaccinated. I think he was saying he doesn't like that people are getting forced into doing it, but
doesn't make no sense. Everything he said does not make no sense. So
right.
Got a nutbag. He's holding.
So Tyson
literally got to be wrong with him, and I'm not making fun of that.
Mr. Fury knocks out Wilder. Here's the 11th round. I don't want to hear that music.
He said, I don't want to hear this music.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why does it got to be in the background?
Like we're on Lifeline right now.
Yeah, we're on Lifeline. I got a question to ask you, Alex, because there's no sound. I watched a little bit of the highlights. I'm not really impressed with the heavyweights. They look sloppy, pushing each other. I mean, you got two big guys in there, but it just doesn't look like.
You gotta watch the whole fight, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Is that what it
That's
is?
the whole fight. Do you understand what the size of those guys hitting each other?
Yeah,
and for
they,
it to go 11 rounds. Them guys, one weighs 287, the other one's 238, bro.
right. I just feel like they training. I don't know. They just look messy. I understand they're big, but fuck.
That was one of the greatest heavyweight fights I've seen
Yeah?
ever seen,
I have to watch
period,
it.
and one of the greatest heavyweight fights you're gonna see for a very long time, because those are the
Okay.
cream of the crop. There really ain't too many heavyweights out there. Anthony Joshua, Usyk. So I kind of see him fighting Anthony Joshua next, but yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Boxing world, your favorite boxer, Adrian Broner, arrested in Kentucky for outstanding warrant in Ohio. The picture, he looks like I was like, is he done? He should be done with boxing.
I don't even pay attention to him no more, man.
Yeah, look at it. Look at him.
Because he has nothing to do with the boxing world no more. So I don't even follow these stories on him and all of that. I mean,
he looks like a sad guy.
I feel sorry. I hate to see him like that.
He looking like a
because
sad
the guy.
guy.
Had so much talent, bro. Like,
I feel sorry for your mama. Sorry.
I've been looking at this asteroid for years.
So much talent wasted, man. So I don't know what his deal is. Sad to see so much talent like that just thrown away constantly, one thing after another. So guy used to be the main event, and now he's lucky to be on the card. So hopefully he gets himself together, man, because boxer, whatever, human being, I don't want to see nobody down in the dumps like that. So, and he has a lot of kids. He has a huge family. So I'd hate to see something like that, happen to him.
All right. So I just read a text. Sorry.
Okay.
Louis just was sending me a text because brother, and we could talk about it, but my brother wanted the music. I have some music that we were going to do for the wrestling podcast Alex is going to do. And he's like, dude, I can't do anything. I'm remodeling the house. Everything's packed up. So, Steb, if you're listening, Louis said he can't do anything for a couple of weeks. So, there you go. Red Sox Christian Vazquez hits a walk-off home run after ruling out a Rays in the Wild game. I don't know. I thought I played this, but maybe not.
Do I hear number 8? Red Sox win it!
I can't imagine. That would probably be like I guess for baseball, that's kind of like the last minute buzzer shot. You know what I mean? Like that's so epic. You know what I mean? So I thought that was awesome.
Especially in the division series, in a postseason game of baseball. Nothing more exciting than that, except for a winning goal on during in overtime of hockey. That shit takes the cake right there, man.
You watch Monday Night Football. I know, we're not going to talk about it, but Monday Night Football, man, that game was great. 25-25, and then, scored that touchdown, man. The Ravens.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Yeah, Ravens ain't no joke.
And they need to get all the wins they can because they're in the AFC over there, so.
Yeah, Shoeless Jackson signed baseball photo cells for record price at auction. The 1911 photo with Shoeless Jackson sold should exceed almost $400,000.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Jackson was part of the 1970 Chicago White Sox, nicknamed the Black Sox because of the scandal that went on.
And that's only a mint 9, which is not a perfect 10. So that says a lot. So can you imagine how much a mint 10 would be graded?
Wow.
Yeah.
It would be more. So, but there might not be one out there. So that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
So we're gonna stay in baseball time. Cruz was spotted at the San Francisco Giants game. They were kind of making fun of him because he said he looked. Yeah, he looked fat, and everybody was kind of, you know.
Really?
There we go. Shaming.
Yeah, I mean,
Here it comes
he's
again,
like,
Tori.
the thing he said,
I can't even
I'm
go
just
to a baseball game.
he said I'm a regular guy. I wanted to go to the game.
Well, COVID 30.
No, but you know what? Hold on. You know what? He's not a regular guy. He's Tom fucking Cruise, bro. So
He's not a regular guy, but didn't we all listen?
He was embracing it. He was cutting the grass.
They just said he looked old, fat, and that.
He's round. He's definitely a little more swollen, but you got to think nobody's been really doing much over. I was just gonna say he's either doing a movie or maybe he wasn't doing much over the COVID time, and he's chilling, right? Because he had a little cushion to chill on and didn't have to work.
Right.
So, I mean, he ate some snacks. I call my weight gain the COVID 30. I'm going to the doctor next Thursday about it. So everybody gained a little something. Fuck, give the guy a break. I like you say, he's Tom fucking Cruise. Personally, I'm not a fan of his like I used to be, only because I know he's that Scientology bullshit.
Yeah.
And after watching Leah Remy's,
hold on, she's trying to say goodnight to me. I know that's what she's trying to do. Hey, baby, how are you? How you doing?
Good.
Are you saying goodnight? We're doing our podcast. Are you saying goodnight, baby? Okay, I love you. How are you feeling? Okay?
Huh?
Are you feeling okay? We're here with Alex and Tori.
Good night.
She's like, huh?
She's like, what is going on here?
Sweet dreams, princess.
I love you, baby.
Sleep well.
I love you. See ya. I love you. Have a good night.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So the last night
She
is
sounds like she's about to get some good sleep. Sounds tired. She's ready for bed.
John Gruden is out as a Raiders coach. Alleged used homophobic slurs in email. We talked about this, I think, a week ago. He's just got so much. Says Gruden released a statement minutes ago. This was earlier yesterday. I resigned as head coach of Las Vegas Raiders. I keep saying Los Angeles. I love the Raiders, and I don't want.
It's still hard to get used to.
Do not want to be distracted. Thank you for all the players and coaching staff, fans, and Raider Nations. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anybody. What's your thoughts, Alex? Did he do the right thing?
It didn't. He was going to get fired regardless. It didn't even matter. I mean, damn. It's like, man, I'm sitting there like thinking about it. I'm like, do I feel sorry for this guy? But no, I don't, because like I said, once you say, I mean, this opened up a whole can of worms because I believe they're investigating like even Warren Sapp. Something that he said.
Yeah. This is just,
man, that you know, he's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be devastated, John Gruden, because I know that meant a lot to him, man. Going over there and winning that Super Bowl in 2003, I believe, or 2002. But that's a horrible story, man, all the way around. And like I said, man, you got to be careful. Hopefully, kids listen to this and they're just very careful about what they say to anybody in person or on social media, because it will come.
My mom tells me that all the time. You know what I tell her? Fuck it. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh. Oh my God.
Yeah, because she would say,
fuck it, I don't care.
People, they're gonna do this, judge you. I said, Mom, I don't give a fuck. I'm Dave Chappelle.
Right. Well, that's different. I mean,
boy.
But, when you're the head coach of an organization, it's a little bit different there.
Yeah.
Just a little.
You're representing a whole lot of people, but yeah, I mean,
we know you're cool and all, but this is a little different.
Crazy stories. So I don't even know who's gonna take over as the interim coach. I haven't really dove into that story, but I'm gonna check it out. Get on ESPN tomorrow and start catch up. We've been busy, as you both know, past couple weeks. So
we have.
Get to sit down and watch catch up on some on everything that I can. So,
motherfucker, I'm still trying to unpack my suitcases.
Oh shit!
Shut up! Would you let me sit down and watch some shit? Okay.
Hey, put it next to you.
Let me not.
When you're watching marathon or something, then you can just be like, I'll put this away.
I don't watch TV, Alex.
I know.
I don't marathon anything.
Right.
So, but I will say this: they're half empty because I've been just getting clothes out of that instead of
right.
Instead of my clean clothes out of my drawers. That's kind of my technique right now. But I've made a solid commitment to doing it tomorrow. Like I have a whole itinerary written out. So, hopefully we stick to half of it.
Right.
Something happens and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that instead. Right, squirrel. I'm like, fuck it, get over there. I have a lot to get done because my parents come in 3 weeks. So let's start with the suitcases from me visiting them.
Right. That is kind of crazy. Full circle. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Telling you.
So what do you think? There it is. It is done.
I love it.
Dope.
I love it. Do you like it, Alex?
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Cool as shit.
Now we might have to get our own belt made, maybe. Down the road. I already thought I had all kinds of shit popping up in my head. But yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
First show is this Sunday, October 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific, and every Sunday at the same exact time. So come check it out. Like I said, we'll be breaking down, previewing and breaking down shows, matches. There's a pay-per-view coming up, Crown Royal, next pay-per-view, WWE, and yeah, shout out to the host, Mr. Tony Twist. And yeah, so hopefully everybody tunes in, and all the wrestling fans or even non-wrestling fans,
Yeah,
check it
I
out.
have tons of wrestling fans on my page. I know they're gonna love that.
It's a good time, big time for to be a wrestling fan right now. There's a lot of things going on. So
here you go, Alex. Mr. Nature Boy himself.
Cooking, huh? Let me take a look at this, huh? Is this what's happening in professional wrestling, huh?
Very cocky. A lot of charisma.
The most well-known, the best looking, the best dressed, custom-made clothes, gold around my neck, Rolex watch around my wrist. My shoes cost more than your drive, a Lincoln Continental, a Mercedes, a Rolls.
Worth more than your house. Ric Flair was doing that shit. Ric Flair was bling blinging way before
bling blinging.
Money Records.
Woo!
There you go. That's what he thinks about your show. Can't wait. That Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Everybody, please subscribe. There's the first episode, so it should be published that day. Yeah. Now I got the official logo, so now I can create your official RSS feed. That's what goes on in the world. That gives you the able to listen to.
Don't give away your secrets, bro. You're producing secrets. Hold on.
I'm just telling you that's your art.
I know. I'm just yeah, I'm excited about it, man, for sure. So get that going.
Exciting.
Start dropping elbows on everybody in the podcast world.
Exciting.
So it is hoodie season. We're into this show. That's pretty much I got it. Make sure you guys subscribing to Word on the Street pod.com. You can listen to everything on our show. You can buy all our merch on wordonthestreetmerch.com. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Saturday's show. We got a friend of mine that's coming on the show, Dale Triplett. He is an author. Let me go back to what he said. Dale has been a freelance writer and edit scribbling fiction, advertised marketing, bad poetry, bathroom walls for more than 2 decades. As a military brat, he has spent most of his youth in Germany. Actually, Eddie knows him. Eddie lived in Germany for a while because his dad was in the military. Then I met him Later, after the years of bouncing across the nation in big trucks, he's now resides in the shores of Table Rock Lake, Kimberlin City, Missouri. Dale's an author, illustrator, children's book. Just has a lot of different books. Let me bring him on the screen. So if you haven't checked out Dale, you could definitely see him on Amazon and all his different books. Definitely, like I said, he's a pretty talented freelance writer, Dale Trippett. He'll be on Saturday. Like I said, it's hoodie season, make sure you go word on the street. Merch.com to get your hoodies, to get your scullies, to get your all kinds of shit. It is cold. And, there you go. Get all your hoodies.
If you ain't cold, buy one.
Yeah, if you are. That's all I got.
Get yourself a hoodie.
That's all I got for today. What do you got, Alex? Anything, or how do we follow you?
Nope, just follow me on SportsMile313 on Twitter and Instagram, and check us out this Sunday. Like I said, first show of ATW podcast. So
okay,
we'll be plastered everywhere.
Well, you can follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, at The Savage Kitty, that's THEE, Savage Kitty on Twitter, Tori Smooches on Snapchat. Y'all want my Cash App too? And yes, follow Alex this Sunday, this first episode of ATW. Can't wait. So excited. And shout out to my boyfriend for some amazing roses that I got too. They're called Million Roses. They're called Million Roses. He's a nice guy. If y'all don't know what Million Roses are, they're the roses that last like almost 3 years, and they're really fucking cool. And I lost my shit when I received them because they're my son who's in heaven's favorite color. And so I absolutely love them. They're so amazing. So other than that, yeah, it's awesome. Other than that, be kind to one another, guys.
Word on the Street is doing so many different shows. Now we got to wait for Tori's Tea Time with Tori.
Yes, I'm feeling the pressure now, guys.
We're doing Wednesday's show. We're doing Sunday's show. I'm doing my show on Monday, 2 Cents with Drake Swift, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern time. Every Monday, we got the Spotlight Wednesday. We got the Chop It Up Saturday. We got the ATW on Sunday. Tori, you got to pick a day. We got to get you.
I know. Originally, I was thinking Sunday, and now I got to think of something else. I was going to do Sunday night, though. I wasn't going to do Sunday morning. I was thinking Sunday night just because a lot of women are home that day, and mine's kind of gossipy, and I know a lot of them are going to be. We're gonna have women topics, not just women topics, men topics as well. I want men to be in the conversation too, but it seems to be a good day to do so, being that we got all the things happening the rest of the week. So
the things,
all the things.
One of my topics on Monday. What is the first thing you look at when you meet somebody? Tori, what is the first thing you look at when you meet somebody?
I look at their character. Their energy. People are always like, what's your type? I like character. So I used to be straight looks, right? I'd be like, oh, muscles, tattoos, teeth, hair, this, right? I like a bald head, like all that. But I would do that, right? And I come to find out that superficial outlook on stuff, all those people treated me really shitty. They were all douchebags. So I literally just described what a douchebag is. And that's what I would, and then I would be a magnet to that. So I changed my perspective on things, and I look at their energy. I look at their aura. I look how they treat the door guy. I look how they treat the waitress. I look how they treat their family. Are they like deadbeat dad? I do, don't get me wrong, I'm judgy. I do look at hygiene and stuff like that, right? You can't be funky. You can't have aura like cat pee, but that's what I look at.
Tori looks like the last dragon, the glow.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Party, Alex.
I haven't seen that movie forever.
The glow.
That's all you got tonight. That's all you get. See more, tune in to the show.
You got the glow. Alex,
That's all you get. That's all you get.
Yeah, he can't have fucked up shoes either.
What do you
The
first look
eyes,
at?
Chico, the eyes never lie.
The eyes never lie.
No, same thing. Personality.
Did you see my sexy wink?
Personality. Like I said, we've been asked this question before, and Tori said the same thing.
Character.
So I'm sticking with the same thing. Personality, man.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to date an asshole, male or female. So
That part. Or a bitch, or people who are just rude.
Always look high.
You know, if you sit with someone, even personally, I need just, 10 minutes with a person to know if I'm going to like them or not. Ugh.
All right. So Monday. So, Alex, can you tell me a little bit what you guys want to talk about on Sunday? You guys know what you guys
we're going to break down, like I said,
elbow drops.
Past couple shows of the WWE pay-per-view. But like when they do that main pay-per-view, it's in Saudi Arabia. So that's like the, back in the day, they had like 3 pay-per-views. Then they would have, build up to WrestleMania. So this is like the second WrestleMania. This is like where they're doing a draft and just pretty much switching certain talent to the other show and all that shit. So just a lot of stuff like that going on. And like I said, just previewing the show, breaking down the matches and all that good stuff like that. So
there you go. You heard it from
WWE and AEW, and not going to go too far out of the realm, but
all the things.
Hey, I only got so much time in a week, man, and 4 wrestling shows.
That's a lot.
You got Raw, that's 3 hours that I don't even want to watch, and then you got Dynamite on Wednesday. That's 2 hours. 2 hours of SmackDown on Friday, and then Rampage another 2 hours. That's a lot of too much wrestling, bro. I love it, but I can't watch all
like
that
10
shit.
hours. It's like 10, 12 hours of
those are just the
watching
big
and
buck
critiquing,
shows.
because you got to write notes too.
Yeah. Just covering the billion dollar boys, WWE,
money, covering the
AEW.
money.
So should be fun.
Money in the bank. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
So, Eddie, shouts out to Eddie for designing that logo. You guys wanted something.
Thank you, Eddie. You're the best.
That was
master.
A bit like NWO. That's what they wanted. So, and then I had my logo update, if I can bring it up. I had my logo update.
You try to squeeze your shit in there. Hey, can you can you tweak this for me? You try to throw your shit in there. Nah, I love Eddie's work, man. Since back in the day, his shit is just always great. It's always what you like,
I'm trying to bring it up.
He always hits it right on the head, so I love the logo.
Screen. I don't see it. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing it on my screen.
Send it to my DM, man.
Slide in his DM.
There it is.
Send it to the word on the street. To the word on the street DM, bro.
There it is.
Killing me, Smalls.
He did.
Slide in the sports mouth DM, ladies.
Yeah, he did.
Put on your best wrestling outfit.
Right? Put my Ric Flair robe and run around naked.
Jump off the rope. Or the dresser. Jump off the dresser.
He updated. It says "in friends." So, in friends.
And friends.
And friends. So that's all I got.
Barney and Friends.
You can follow me everywhere on Drake Swift. You can follow me everywhere. Goddammit, on Drake Swift. Once again, thanks for Victorino checking in with us.
Use the Lord's name in vain, sir.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
where are the white women at?
There you go. Thanks for love the guy. A lot of those guys that are in that clique, man, they're like gonna blow up any minute. They're so young, so talented. I love his vibe. I love the whole Disturbed, Linkin Park. Shout out to him.
They're positive about the shit, man. You know what I mean? They're not.
His guitar skills are sick as fuck.
They're not biting
too.
off of nobody. That's the key. There's so many people that bite off. They try to be like other artists, and yeah, they're going places for sure. So shout out to Victorino and Aztec, all of them doing big things, man, for sure.
Domingo. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I got. We have just a lot of shit. Damn, I don't know how many more shows we're gonna have to put out. We're gonna do Tori's. Alex might do a little spin-off and be talking about sports. Yeah, here we go, man. We're loading it up. Loading it up.
All the things.
Loading it up. So
loading it up and leveling up.
Thanks
Storms
for tuning
are brewing.
Storms are brewing. Thanks to you guys for we're doing this. Oh, some also off thing. I got the video that he tried to send it to me earlier.
Oh, he sent it to you. Find it. He MP3'd you or what?
Yes, he got it.
Not that. I got Lowe's video. I got to text him.
Go. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go.
Hopefully, Lowe, he was going to send it to me. He sent me pieces of it this morning.
Okay.
So I got to reach out to Doc maybe tomorrow and be like,
yeah,
hey, dude,
shout out to Lowe one more time, man. He's
Does it make us look good? Does our face look like our skin looks good? You know, important shit.
Look, both of you guys look awesome. Alex, your lipstick that you're wearing that day, it looks really good.
Oh, thank God. I was hoping it was popping.
Yeah.
Thank God, Alex.
Again, thanks for everybody. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all your views, video casts, and listening to the podcast platforms on iHeart, Google, all those ones in platforms. So make sure you guys are always washing your hands, wearing a mask, and washing your ass. Let me play this video, and we're out. We'll see you on Saturday.
Pour over and out. God bless you guys.
All right, guys. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you.